Those of you who have been in my office or been to Bible study from time to time, you may recognize this basket with shells that I keep a candle lit and burning. It's a beautiful basket. It was given to me by Angela Knoll and her mother. In the basket I keep a candle, but also I have lots of rocks and shells, kind of a hodgepodge of different things. This is a piece of coral that Kathy Moorhead gave me from a diving trip that she went on. This rock right here is from Mount Sinai in Egypt. Kind of special to me. I picked it up on a trip that Mary and I went on several years ago. I don't know if you can see it, but that is a whale tooth given to me by Max Orozco. Max loves stuff like this, and he gave me a whale tooth that he had found. It's interesting that if you put it right next to a shark's tooth, you'd think that the whale tooth would be bigger. But they're both petrified and fossilized, and I keep those in there as well. But it's the rocks that I want to talk about today. In the Gospel of Luke, we hear a story about a man named Zacchaeus. We know the story of Zacchaeus as a small man who climbed up into the sycamore tree so that he could get a better look at Jesus who was passing by. Zacchaeus had no idea that Jesus was going to come into his life and change his life so much for the better. Jesus said, "Come on down, I'm coming to your home for dinner tonight." And Zacchaeus felt very unworthy for that, for having Jesus in his home. But Jesus ended up saying to Zacchaeus, "You too are a child of God." And it changed Zacchaeus' life. Later in that same chapter of Luke's Gospel, chapter 19, after he had gone to see and to have dinner with Zacchaeus and told Zacchaeus that you, Zacchaeus, are a part of what I'm doing in this world. Later, Jesus enters into Jerusalem, which was the beginning of the passion of Jesus, where he goes to the cross and he dies for us and then is raised again. We will celebrate and remember those acts later in Lent, right at the end in Holy Week. But during that time, people were saying, as he was going into Jerusalem, and people were saying, "Hosanna to in the highest," and praising Jesus. And others were saying, "Tell them to be quiet." And Jesus said, "If they are silent, even the rocks will cry out." Be a rock in the hand of Jesus, building the kingdom, and proclaim the good news of Jesus in the way that you live your life.